Hi, this is Jeffrey Kurt Financial Group. Today is Monday, June 16, 2025. We start another week. Looking back at last week, first, markets were all down, and especially on Friday with the news of the escalation of Israel and Iran. And so that at the end of the week, last week, the market's down, Dow down 1.3% for the week, S&P down about 40 basis points, NASDAQ down about 2/3 of 1%, and the Russell down 1.5%. And it kind of looked like there should be some more selling today, and the futures last night when they started trading did go lower, but they rebounded and are up. And apparently the narrative is that Iran is reaching out and looking for a deal and for hopefully an end to the fighting over there. So the markets have bounced back and have so far kind of reclaimed all of last week's losses in half the day here on Monday, with the NASDAQ's about 1.5%, Russell's up 1%, S&P and Dow up a little less than 1%. So it just, again, it's a little bit surprising to me that the rebound, and surprising to me the reaction to the war being so much more muted than the reaction to the tariffs. And I think it points to a mindset amongst traders and investors, and maybe the algorithms too. Algorithms may not have a mindset, but it's just interesting that I think global conflicts and these wars and nuclear stuff too being part of the equation, that the markets weren't weaker than they were last week. But so maybe that points to markets are going to go quite higher. Not a prediction, but just an observation. And then this week, as we look forward to, there is a setup for that way. So there's retail sales and some residential construction numbers coming out. But the big news is going to be the FOMC on Wednesday afternoon. So you've got, about 2.5 hours to react to the FOMC, news, press release, and then the news conference. There's a holiday on Thursday, and then on Friday is the options expiration. And so you've got all these kind of things coming together. And if there's kind of a benign reaction, benign news out of the FOMC and a positive reaction, this market set up that can move quite a bit higher. Again, there's just so much going on beyond the FOMC with geopolitical, the stuff going on in the protests and riots in the U.S. too. So, again, anything could kind of trip things up, but that's just kind of a quick summary of what to look for this week. Good luck. We'll be back on Wednesday. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.